You gotta. If you do it too soon, you'll just die.
Why?
You have to wait for breathing. If you hear them breathing, it means they're right next to the door.
Is this as loud as it gets?
No, it gets much louder.
Okay. We might need to turn it up a little bit.
If you hear them breathing, it means they're right next to the door.
That's true. And I have heard 0 breathing so far.
Wait, and why do you have to wait to turn the light on, though?
Because if you turn the light on immediately and a monster is there, you'll just die. They'll kill you. So you have to make sure that there is breathing.
So why do you need to turn lights on at all?
Because you can scare monsters that are coming down the hallway.
Okay. So if the monster's right there, you shouldn't turn the light on. But if they're just in the hallway, you should.
Exactly, yeah.
What?
Couch.
Ethan has been hit by one couch.
I was leaving the house today, and Cassie's like, "Are you guys actually going live at 7:30 today?" And I was
Ouch,
like,
savage.
Man.
I was like, "Yeah,
Yes.
that's the plan."
No, we didn't. We went live at 7:24.
Oh, we're live?
Yeah, we are.
Can they hear us and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
I just checked it. Yeah. You
Hello.
push the go live button.
Right.
We're not halfway
I
live.
thought that was the thing where you press the second go live button.
No, with YouTube you only push the go live button and it's
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
boom, done. You're
Right.
ready. So
Well, it's currently listening to Ethan play through.
yeah.
Oh, did it. Nice. Super easy. I'm good at the game.
First night.
What a guy.
Yeah, good job. Now you have to do it again for the live stream.
Good
Well,
joy.
no, Ethan doesn't get to
I'm
do
gonna
it.
skip level 1 because level
What?
1 is a little
I
boring.
said Ethan doesn't get to do it. Ethan's good at this game.
Well, yeah, but we're also making
No,
it way
no
harder
one who's
for
not
him.
good at this game will survive any part of this game.
Is
Yeah,
that
it's
the
like-
point? Have
No,
someone
I'm
who's
not.
terrible at it play so that they do badly and then let Ethan
That
go?
wasn't my understanding of the point.
I mean, we can definitely trade off, but
What the crap?
oh, this is the 8-bit Atari style lore videos that play after you beat a level.
Oh, you get like lore in this game?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a lot of
there's
lore.
a lot of lore in this game.
There's
It's Golden
so
Freddy!
much.
Did you move the lights like this intentionally?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I almost feel like we should
does
let the viewers
Does
see.
the controller work for you, by the way? The Switch, the Steam controller? Does that work?
Does what work?
The Steam controller to switch the display.
Oh, yeah, it works. I just don't have it out.
You know what? I'll just grab the mouse. I have a mouse that I'll use. Do that.
Oh, fun with plush trap. I remember these.
Yo, plug that into your computer.
Fun with plush trap is the scariest game you will ever play.
So what you're about to do right now?
Yeah, so there's a monster at the end of this hallway, and when you turn my flashlight on, you can see it. And his name is Plush Trap. And Plush Trap is going to try to kill you.
I don't like plush trap.
The goal is you have to catch him on a little white X that's on the ground. But if you wait too long, he'll just approach you and just kill you. And so you have to turn your flashlight on very sparingly to catch him at just the right point.
Why can't you just turn it on repeatedly?
Oh, do we?
Oh my!
I don't like that. All right. Well, we're
I'm not ready for this!
It's very stressful.
Hey, where are we?
We
Oh.
weren't up here. I was letting them watch just the game.
Hold on, I pulled out a little bit of vodka for just this purpose.
You what?
Nothing. Oh, I see what you've done. I can't believe you've done this.
I can't
Are we
believe
about to
you've done
get
this.
eaten?
No, hey, that's me.
All
Oh,
right.
do
Yeah.
I have to start back over from the first night?
Hold on, I need
Yeah,
to
yeah, you've got to start. You've got to start over.
Well, nothing happens the first night. I figure I'd start the second
Pause
night.
it?
Might be
Oh,
a little
that's
better.
not a pause button.
Tobias.
I mean, I feel like.
Boyus.
Did you crash?
Did I just quit the game?
I think so. Did you hit escape?
Yeah?
Then yeah.
That quits
Well-
the game?
Yeah.
What?
It just stops.
Who does that?
No, Dolphin does that. Remember that one
Scott
time?
Cawthon, copyright.
Remember that one time we were
Yeah.
playing Legend of Zelda?
You should hold on.
And
Tell
I
them the
tried
story.
to-
Tell them the story.
I tried to pause.
Tell them the story.
He was playing Legend of Zelda, and I was playing. I don't even remember what happened, but essentially, I think I was playing for a short time.
This was Cassie and my save file together.
Yeah, and
Which Legend of Zelda? It's very important.
It was the Wind Waker.
Oh, okay.
It
and
matters.
I was like, oh, let me pause the game real
Aqua
quick,
Waker of Wind.
and I pushed escape, and the whole game went boop,
Yep.
God.
it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we introduce what we're doing?
Oh gosh.
Cool.
What time is it? Yeah, is it time?
It is 7:29.
Oh, we can't start yet. I guess
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
just go
okay,
get a glass of
Okay,
water.
no explanations.
No
y'all.
explanations.
can't start.
I'm
We
drinking.
can't start early.
I'm drinking my
God
prep
forbid.
juice. Hang tight.
Guys, you remember when we used to start like super late all the time?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that. We've never done that.
Oh, it's officially 7:30 now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, officially 7:30. Hey, welcome to another week of the Mondaze.
It's us.
Playing the
The
games.
Mondaze. We're playing I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's
Hey,
4.
no, we are all going to try it at some point.
That's fair.
No, we're gonna try to keep him from winning.
At a
is that
certain-
what we're doing?
At a
Yes.
certain point, I will be more than happy to stop playing and let someone else do it. You can only play so much Five Nights at Freddy's before your sanity
So
is just
Ethan is going to be
utterly,
playing
completely
Five Nights
destroyed.
at Freddy's 4, and we are going to be reading short stories by Ray Bradbury.
Yes.
As a distraction, for those of you who don't know how the game works, essentially it is very, very audio sensitive. You need to be listening the whole time in order to win. And so Christian's gonna read, and so I can't listen to things.
Well, we're all going to read.
Well, everyone's gonna be reading.
You're not going to read.
I'm not gonna be reading now.
That would be fun.
The long range.
I
me.
can read.
You really think
I
so,
can't
Lieutenant?
read.
Of course.
I can't
Or are
read.
you lying to
Believe
keep
it
us
or
happy?
not.
All right.
Are you starting reading?
Yes.
Here you go.
So,
Okay.
I'm good at reading.
We're skipping the first night and going straight into night 2 because the first night is usually pretty uneventful, and night 2 is where the first challenge comes in. And I'll just, I guess, explain how to play as I go.
yeah.
Sweet. So should we just jump into it?
Please.
Okay.
Transition.
Hold
Will
on.
we remember to transition at this time?
Yep.
I'm proud
More
of you.
prep juice.
Our production quality is already 10 times better.
Oh, dude, so much better. It's
Guys.
basically just because of the YouTube. The YouTube.
Okay, gosh.
YouTube.
The
What a
YouTubes.
The YouTubies.
The Snoop tubes.
Okay, Christian, where's the Bradbury? Where's the Bradbury?
Where's the
Okay.
Bradbury?
There it is.
So,
Alright.
can we turn the volume on the TV at least a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Or I will be dying
You do need to
every time.
at least hear it a little bit.
Where do I
Yeah.
start?
Okay.
Christian?
Okay, real quick.
I just want to understand
Hold
what's
on.
happening before
Yeah,
we start.
I'm gonna
reading.
give a quick introduction to how you play the game before we start reading.
Start with the Illustrated Man. It's the kind of the prelude.
Real quick, here we go. Alright, so you are a small child and you are stuck in your bedroom in the middle of the night. Alright, the way it works is you have a flashlight and you have 4 areas you can check. You can check a left door. Shine with a flashlight. You can check the closet, where you have a little... Oh, well maybe it appears later. You can check the other side door and the other hallway.
Oh crap! What was that?
That was Chica. And you can check your bed. We're a little...
Holy crap! That's scary too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Freaky Freddy.
Okay, so more explanation. If you come into a door, and if you hear breathing, you need to not shine your flashlight, and you need to shut the door, or you will die. Like so. So that's why it's going to be extremely difficult for me to win with Christian
What
reading
is
stories out
that
loud.
that keeps jumping off the bed?
That's Freaky Freddy. I just named him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we named him.
Oh gosh,
That was a thing.
My flashlight button doesn't always work, which is the scary point.
What's your flashlight button?
Control?
Oh, that's not a good thing when your flashlight button doesn't work.
No, there are demonic bears that appear here. What the heck? Oh, my mouse just did that on its own. There's a demonic rabbit that appears there, and a demon fox that appears here. And all of them will try to kill you, and you've got to keep all of them at bay for 6 hours to survive.
Not 6 real hours. It's more like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Holy crap! That was Chica.
that was Chica.
Okay.
These are Freddy. The one on the left
Freaky
is Bonnie.
Freddy. The bunny.
Yep. And then Foxy the Fox, which is definitely the most cleverly named, appears here, but he may not appear there until night 3.
So my question is, does your battery ever run out of power?
No, luckily, in previous games you did have power you had to worry about. In this game you don't.
I don't like that thing that keeps appearing on the bed.
Alright, so it's already 2 a.m. I've survived 1/3 of the night.
Okay, proudy.
Well, then we will
Holy
begin.
crap!
The Illustrated Man.
Oh joy.
It was a warm afternoon in early September when I first met the Illustrated
Can't hear you.
Man.
Can you speak up a little bit more?
It was a warm afternoon in early September when I first met the Illustrated Man. Walking along the asphalt road, I was on the final leg of a 2 weeks walking tour of Wisconsin. Late in the afternoon, I stopped, ate some pork, beans, and a donut, and I was preparing to stretch out and read.
That's a very
It's like,
particular.
you have a
thing to
real you have a real dramatic voice for eating the donut.
It
Also,
was-
if you check the bed, this thing right here, this lamp, will sometimes change every now and then when you look at it.
That's not okay.
It turns into like medical stuff, right?
Yeah, it turns into an IV tube and something else, I forget
So
what.
are you like in a psych ward in reality, and you like just think you're here? Holy,
That actually
crap.
is the theory.
Yeah,
Is that one of the theories?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot
fun.
behind it, but that is part of it, yeah.
Okay, continue about your donut
Right.
and beans.
Like, to explain the whole lore right now would take many hours.
Yeah, there's like 8 episodes on Game Theory about it. Just go check it
I've
out.
Yeah.
I've watched like 2 of them.
Okay,
I'm
anyway.
gonna check the closet just in case.
Not enough. More.
Okay. The closet's fine. I know I keep checking the closet.
Alright, I want to hear the story.
Yeah, I want to hear the story too.
I want to hear about the illustrated.
I don't want to
Alright.
hear the story as loud.
And the donut.
I'm doing okay so far, guys.
And was preparing to stretch out and read when the illustrated man walked over the hill and stood for a moment against the sky. I didn't know he was the illustrated then. I only knew that he was tall, once well-muscled, but now, for some reason, going
Swell
to
muscled.
fat. I recall that his arms were long and the hands thick, but that his face was like a child's, set upon a massive body.
Oh my gosh.
He seemed only to sense my presence, for he did
Oh my god! I heard it! I heard the breathing too, and I still hit the button instinctually.
I just like super missed it. I like reading. Reading's a good job.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
we're doing it again. Let's go.
I just
Keep
like
going.
looked up and was like,
So you can restart on the same night you died.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone tune in to see that?
Or Cassie.
Nice.
Cassie
Poor
just.
Cassie.
Sorry,
crap.
Cassie.
Take that,
Holy
Cassie.
crap.
Okay, we're doing that again.
I love you.
Take 2.
All right, here we go. Continue. But
if I'm gonna make it.
but for now,
You think you're not gonna make it?
for some reason, going to
I gotta
fat.
pay attention.
I recall that his arms were long and the hands thick, but that his face was like a child's, set upon a massive body.
Gross.
He seemed only to sense my presence, for he didn't look directly at me when he spoke his first words.
Do you know where I can find a job?
I'm
Oh my! We just started!
Hey, Ethan, get good.
I was like, oh, nothing appears within the first, 1 minute. I'll be
Okay.
fine.
So
Okay, we're doing it again. Go.
You said earlier that that you close the door if you hear breathing.
Yes.
How do you close the door?
I'll show you. You just hold down shift,
Yeah,
and
click
you...
buttons.
Oh, you hit shift?
Yeah, you hold the door closed for a little bit, and then the minute you let go, it opens again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those things are terrifying.
Alright.
Yeah,
Like they have teeth and everything.
Continuation.
Do you know where I can find a job?
like that.
I'm afraid not, I said.
I haven't had a job that's lasted in 40 years.
What?
He said. Though it was a hot, late afternoon, he wore his wool buttoned shirt tight about his neck. His sleeves were rolled and buttoned down over his thick wrists. Perspiration was streaming from his face, yet he made no move to open his shirt.
Well, this is as good a place as any to spend the night. Do you mind the company?
I have some extra food. You'd be welcome to, I said.
Ugh, you'll be sorry you asked me to stay.
He said.
Everyone always is.
Prep juice.
Everyone always is. That's why I'm walking. Here it is, early September. The cream of the Labor Day carnival season. I should be making money hand over fist at any small town sideshow celebration. But here I am with no prospects.
Ooh. He took off an immense shoe and peered at it closely.
I usually keep a job
When
about
it's not
10
working.
Neither am I. I usually keep a job about 10 days, then something happens and they fire me. But now every carnival in America won't touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Gross.
What seems to be the trouble?
For answer, he unbuttoned
Oh,
his...
this is me. For an answer, he unbuttoned his tight collar
yeah.
slowly. With his eyes shut, he put a slow hand to the task of unbuttoning his shirt all the way down. He slipped his fingers in to feel his chest.
Funny, he said, eyes still shut.
No,
You can't-
I'm the narrator.
No, narrating...
Hey
my-
guys,
You
how
can't
about I
narrate
narrate
yourself.
this?
I'm the narrator.
I narrated just a little bit of myself.
No, that's not how stories work.
Fine. Funny,
He said, eyes still shut.
you can't feel them, but they're still there. I always hope that someday I'll look and they'll be gone. I walk in the sun for hours on the hottest days, baking, and hope that my sweat apostrophe LL.
My sweat will.
Sweat.
Yeah,
will.
I know what
Sweat.
it means. Sweat'll. Wash them off. The sun'll cook them off, but at sundown they're still there.
He turned his head slightly towards me and exposed his chest.
Are they still there now?
Put your hands in the holes in my sweatle.
After a long while, I exhaled. Yes, I said. They're still there. The illustrations.
Another reason I keep my collar buttoned up.
They're called
He
tattoos.
said.
They are called tattoos.
Opening his eyes is the children. They follow me. Wait, is
This
this
is
you?
my line.
Oh, I didn't know.
Guy, get in your lane.
There's quote marks.
Stay
I
in
see
your
that now.
lane.
Wait, so he's like a super tattooed man?
I guess.
The illustrated.
Is the
Opening his
children.
eyes.
They follow me along the country roads. Everyone wants to see the pictures, and yet nobody wants to see them.
Aw.
He took his shirt off and wadded it in his hands. He was covered with illustrations from the blue tattooed ring about his neck to his belt line.
Ooh, he's a blue-ringed octopus.
It keeps right on going.
He said, guessing my thought.
All of me is illustrated. Look.
He opened his hand. On his palm was a rose, freshly cut, with drops of crystal water among the soft pink petals. I put my hand out to touch it, but it was only an illustration.
Oh, I heard something. I heard something!
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
As for the rest of him, I cannot say how I sat and stared, for he was a riot of rockets
Ah,
and explosions and people, in such intricate detail and color that you would hear the voices murmuring small and
I
muted
feel unsafe.
from the crowds that inhaled his body. When his flesh twitched, the tiny mouths flickered.
I heard
Oh
something.
my gosh! Why are they so everywhere
The
now?
tiny green and gold eyes winked, the tiny pink hands gestured. There were yellow meadows and blue rivers and mountains and stars and suns and planets spread in a Milky Way across his chest. The people themselves were a tattoo or more on groups upon his
Oh my
arms, shoulders, back, sides, and wrists,
Hold on.
as well as on the flat of his stomach. You found them in forests of hair, lurking among a constellation of freckles, or peering from armpit
crap! What did
caverns,
you-
diamond eyes aglitter. Each seemed intent upon his own activity. Each
Oh my gosh.
was a separate gallery portrait. Why,
Oh my
they're
gosh.
beautiful, I said.
The black is flickering. That means I'm in very much danger.
How can I explain about his illustrations if El Greco had painted the miniatures in his prime, no bigger than your hand?
Oh, get off.
Crap, why are there so
infinitely
many?
detailed,
If there gets 4 of them, I
with
instantly
all
die.
his sulfurous color, elongation, and anatomy, perhaps he might have used this man's body for his art. The colors
Okay, it's
burned
fine.
in 3 dimensions. There were windows looking upon in fiery reality. Here, gathered upon one wall, were all of the finest scenes in the universe.
Get off.
The man was a
Do you have to
walking
press the button
treasure
to get them off the
gallery.
bed?
No, you don't. You just have
This
a flashlight.
wasn't the work of a cheap carnival tattoo man with 3 colors and whiskey on his breath. This was the accomplishment of a living genius, vibrant, clear, and beautiful.
Oh yes. I'm so proud of my illustrations that I'd like to burn
Hey!
them off. I've
I
tried
didn't hear anything.
sandpaper,
I didn't hear anything either,
acid,
but I'm nervous.
a knife.
Okay.
The sun was setting.
Oh, the bed is probably
The
killing-
moon was already up
Get
in
off!
the east.
I don't
For
think
you
so.
see, these illustrations predict the future.
I said nothing.
It's all right in sunlight. I could keep a carnival day job, but at night, the pictures move. The pictures change.
I must have smiled. How long have you been illustrated?
Why did the lights flicker?
I don't know.
Why are the lights flickering?
Wish.
In 1900, I was
Ah!
The lights flickered
when I was
again.
20 years old and working a carnival, I broke my leg.
keep
It
flickering.
laid me up, and I had to do something to keep my hand in, so I decided to get tattooed.
But who tattooed you? What happened to the artist?
Well, you see, she went back to the future. I mean it. She was an old woman in a little house in the middle of Wisconsin, here somewhere not
My
far
flashlight
from
wouldn't
this
turn on
place.
for a second.
A little old witch who looked 1,000 years old one moment and 24 years old the next. But she said she could travel in time. I laughed, and now I know better.
How did you
Oh!
happen to
I
meet
did
her?
it!
I believe in you! Oh my god!
Ah! Okay.
It's too much for me.
Victory prep juice.
I like how we have these like 2 teams going. We have like the playing Five Nights
Ooh.
at Freddy team and the reading the book team.
I'm sure you guys are having fun.
Okay, to clarify.
It's hard. It's hard to read when I'm just like, oh,
Why
I
is
don't
this
want to be
child
scared.
crying under
Yes,
a table?
okay. To explain, you guys missed the first one, but I'm going to kind of fill you in. Essentially, in between each level, you're going to get these little 8-bit Atari-style mini-games that just kind of explain a little bit of the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's, because if you haven't played it before, it's very, very vague what the story is, but if you dig into things, you can figure it out. You're jumping into the 4th game, so nothing's going to make any sense, so don't worry.
You can't lose these though, right?
You can't lose them, no. There's only one thing you can do.
There's only one. You can lose one?
No, there's once you just walk left and right, and
Oh,
the
there's
game will
only
stay.
one thing you can do. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Also, we're gonna play another super fun mini game called Fun with Plush Trap, which isn't fun.
No.
Here's how Fun with Plush Trap works. I don't need to listen. But there's gonna be a monster at the end of the hallway. His name's gonna be Plush Trap. He's super cute. Your goal is to trap him on a white X as he moves forward at you in the dark. All right? You can do that by flashing your flashlight like so.
So
Holy crap.
if you don't stop him, what happens?
He kills you.
No, I mean like, didn't it say something about 2 hours the next night or something?
Oh yeah, if you successfully stop him, you get bonus time on your next night. You start at 2 a.m. instead of midnight.
But if he kills you, it doesn't matter.
yeah, if he kills you, you lose it.
go.
So.
I don't like him.
Got it.
Oh,
How do you know when he's moving?
You don't.
you just have to guess.
You don't.
You don't know.
Well, there you go.
And you have to win the night the first time to keep the 2-hour bonus. Otherwise, the minute you replay night, it's just gone.
All right, time to go.
Oh, so
Let's
you're
do it.
already starting at 2 a.m.
Exactly.
Okay.
How did you happen?
There's
to
sounds. I heard sounds.
How did you happen to meet her?
Maybe I didn't. I thought I heard sounds.
He told me he had seen her painted sign by the road. Skin illustration. Illustration instead of tattoo. Artistic. So he had sat all night while her magic needles stung him wasp stings and delicate bee stings. By morning, he looked like a man who had fallen into a 20-color printing press and been squeezed out, all bright and picturesque.
I was
This
like,
guy has
what?
problems.
I've hunted every summer for 50 years.
He said, putting his hands out in the air.
And when I find that witch, I'm going to kill her.
The sun was gone. Now, the first stars were
that was too
shining,
soon.
and
I
the
should've
moon
done
had
that.
brightened the fields of grass and wheat. Still, the illustrated man's pictures
I'm doing
glowed
this way
like
too fast.
charcoals in the half-light. Like scattered rubies and emeralds with what word is that? Roalt?
Roll you want?
Roalt.
Ah, my button doesn't work.
Someone's gonna correct me.
Oh my gosh,
I hope
he's
someone
here.
corrects me. Roalt colors and Picasso colors.
There was this thing in there.
And the long, pressed out El Greco bodies. So,
Oh, Greco
oh,
bodies.
That's mine.
Yep.
So people fire me when my pictures move.
Okay.
They don't like it when violent things happen in my illustrations. Each illustration is a little story. If you watch this,
I'm now deaf in my left ear.
what?
I said I'm now deaf in my left ear.
What?
So now I have to start the night over from midnight.
There's neighbors, guys.
I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry, downstairs.
By the
neighbors.
way, share this video if you want to share this horror with
Oh
somebody
my
else.
gosh.
Yeah.
Please share this video on Facebook, like I'm doing now. Actually,
Okay.
I already did it. But
Ugh.
do
Good
it.
there, Ethan.
So what's
I'm
been
like-
the plot so far? It sounded actually kind of interesting.
I really want you to keep playing so I can find out what happens next. I'm like,
So, yeah,
I'm
hold
like,
on,
oh,
hold
I
on.
want to know what's happening.
I'm like barely listening, but as far as I can
Shia
tell,
LaBeouf.
there's a guy who has tattoos, but they move and they shift and stuff, and a witch cursed him to have them, and people don't like him for it.
It's not necessarily. She's not a witch. She was someone from the future. He called her a witch
Okay.
because he hates her.
Oh, nice.
Also,
So
the
she's a
tattoos
tattoo-
don't just move; they also predict the future,
Oh,
And they're
Cool.
violent.
which
Well,
is
sometimes
oddly
they're
similar to a story I came up with when I was younger.
that's kind of
That's called plagiarism.
that's
No.
like Black Mirror version of Maui from
Yeah.
Moana.
Kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Except they tell his
This
his
is a
history.
very dark episode talking about Black Mirror Maui.
Yeah, Black Mirror Maui and Five Nights at Maui's 4. I'd play that game. All right,
Okay,
let's keep
Is your,
going.
is your
Again,
heart rate back
Hey,
to normal
Gentry, you
yet?
want to give it a try?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Again, be sure to share this video so people actually watch it.
I'm gonna get a little bit closer.
All right, onwards
All
and forwards.
3 of you.
Because like every time I've usually heard the breathing, and that time I did not. So I probably just didn't wait long enough.
Or I may have read words.
That could be it.
Oh, are we reading words that's distracting you from playing the game? I didn't
As far as I can tell, a little
I
bit.
didn't
yeah.
even pick up on that. How weird.
All right.
How odd.
We were at the bottom of this paragraph, I think, which I guess is not a bottom of a paragraph for you because you're on a different screen.
Hey, by the way, this PDF is available online. Oh, hey, this
you
PDF
haven't
is
been watching.
available online, so if you want to read along with us, you can.
I think you mean if you want to read along with us, you can.
Right. He should be specific. The book that we're reading along with
That's
is
helpful.
Ray Bradbury, The Illustrated Man. It looks like this. Or at least Christian's copy does.
And there's also a link to the description.
A link in the description.
The link to the description
A link in description.
There's a
Thus
link
saith we.
in the description as of like 3 seconds ago.
All right. Onwards and forwards.
Alright, well.
Oh, it takes so long. Oh my gosh, he's not even.
Also,
I
we're
did
on
that for
page
10
5.
seconds. Wait,
What was that sound?
Okay,
Oh,
Christian, it's
breathing.
your paragraph. It says
That was the breathing.
Also, you can
the
hear them
pressed
walk
out
away,
El
but,
Greco bodies.
but I
can
can't
hear-
hear them walk
Right,
away
right.
because it's even more
So,
subtle.
so people fire me when my pictures move. They don't like it when violent things happen in my illustrations. Each illustration is a little story. If you watch them, in a few moments they'll tell you a tale. In 3 hours of looking at 18 or 20 stories acted right on my body. You can hear voices and think thoughts. It's all here, just waiting for you to look. But most of all, there's a special spot on my body. He bared his back.
Hold on.
See? There's no special design on my right shoulder blade. Just a jumble.
Yes.
When I've been around a person long enough, that spot clouds over and fills in. If I'm with a woman, her picture comes there on my back. In an hour, it shows her whole life. And how she'll live, how she'll die. What she'll look like when she's 60.
That's really
And if it's a man, an hour later, his picture is on my back. It shows him falling off a cliff or dying under a train. So I'm fired again.
All the time he'd been talking, his hands had wandered over the illustrations as if to adjust their frames, to brush away the dust. The motions of a connoisseur, an art patron. Now he lay back, long and full in the moonlight. It was a warm night. There was no breeze, and the air was stifling. We both had our shirts off. And you've never found the old woman?
I lost my place. Never.
And you think she came from the future?
How else could she know these stories she painted on me?
He shut his eyes tiredly. His voice grew fainter.
Sometimes at night I can feel them, the pictures like ants crawling on my skin. Then I know they're doing what they have to do. I never look at them anymore, I just try to rest. I don't sleep much. You don't look at them either. I warn you, turn the other way when you sleep.
I lay back a few feet from him. He didn't seem violent, and the pictures were beautiful. Otherwise I might have been tempted to get out and away from such babbling. But the illustrations... I let my eyes fill up on them. Any person would go a little mad with such things upon his body. The night was serene. I could hear the illustrated man's breathing in the moonlight. Crickets were stirring gently in the distant ravines. I lay with my body sideways, so I could watch the illustrations. Perhaps half an hour had passed. Whether the illustrated man slept, I could not tell, but suddenly I heard him whisper.
I heard it. I heard it too.
That's
I
not
saw-
a whisper.
I saw this one past the book. I had the book positioned like on accident perfectly to where his screen right here. Like I saw
Oh,
it.
Ethan, you're playing on this screen.
So that one
I
kind
am,
of got
yeah,
me.
yeah. I'm not watching the TV. That's a little. Well, actually, was I watching? I think I said I'm watching TV.
I think you are watching the TV.
Yeah, no,
Can we
I think I
turn
have
it-
been.
Can we turn up the TV a little more?
Yeah, it's a dial.
Yeah. Which way?
Clockwise. Very small amount. Like,
Perfect.
that's loud.
Perfect.
That's fine.
it's just gotta
Much
be-
louder.
Works for me.
Oh.
I love how also we're kind of loud, but the microphone is right next to the TV.
The microphone has what's
It's unidirectionally, yeah.
yeah, it's that. It's
smart.
unidirectional.
Yeah, the Yeti said the setting on the back.
Have we upset too many people with the volume of it this time?
Yeah, what are people
No, we sound checked. See?
oh, that's
The
right. We
checklist.
sound check. Look at us.
Checklist. Sound check.
Is Isis even watching this?
Isis isn't even watching.
Oh
this.
my
We're doing
gosh.
this for her. Somebody,
Sending directly to ISIS.
Gentry,
Give me a
call
second.
Isis right
You
now
need
and
to
tell
call
her to
on the
start
phone.
watching.
Tell her where are you?
Isis
Yeah.
is literally the core of our fan base.
Exactly.
And Cassie.
Mondaze.
Isis and Cassie, but Cassie is watching.
Katie would be if she wasn't here every week.
Yeah, Cassie is more loyal than Isis. We're
Katie-
so close to the end of the
Katie
story.
is the live studio audience.
And I'm like really excited.
It was like hold them an applause sign for Katie.
Yeah.
Canned laughter. Alright,
I just switched it to the other screen so they can see our beautiful faces.
Oh,
on the
thanks.
wait,
I
are you
am
gonna
here.
Are you gonna keep playing?
I am gonna keep playing, but we gotta call Isis first.
Oh, right.
phone. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just sending it to ISIS. I don't have her number.
You should call her.
Do you have
Oh, wait.
Isis's phone number?
Maybe.
I'm
no,
pretty
I
sure
don't. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure my sister's
Call
not.
Beth. They're basically probably in the same room.
That's true.
That's how that works, right? Okay.
We can't continue.
Oliver,
until
if you're
Ethan
watching
keeps
this, the answer is yes, we are streaming tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
Our show is called The Mondaze. Do we ever not?
playing. Do we have any comments?
Did you expect
Yes,
it to
we
be
have
a donut?
comments. Somebody made a Shia LaBeouf reference.
Ah, nice.
No, why?
What was the
Actual
reference?
cannibals.
You're
Shia
walking in the
LaBeouf?
woods. There's no one around you, and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him. Shia LaBeouf.
That's beautiful. Let's read that next.
Shia, no,
Let's just read that story.
You know
Please
that's like
do.
the whole. That's got like 15 stories in it.
Yeah, but you know
also,
Shia
also,
LaBeouf
the Shia LaBeouf
also
one
has
is
a
really
great
short
story.
and
Shia
really
LaBeouf is-
full of beauty.
If you can find it as a written script.
Yeah, just
I'll do
actual
it.
Cannibal Shia LaBeouf script. I mean, lyrics.
I guess it. Yeah.
I couldn't find her for a second, and that's because I saved her as this in my phone.
Gosh dang it.
I'm googling it. Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf lyrics.
Hey, if you've got someone in your life that you think would not enjoy watching this, don't send it to them.
Don't say I don't enjoy this.
That's fair.
This is actually great. I'm
not
down for this.
send me a link to this video. I don't want to watch it.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I want to forget this moment.
I found it. It's
yes.
easily available.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
Well, we gotta finish.
We
the
gotta
story
finish this one first.
Right,
Ready?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm just gonna keep going. Here we go.
All right. I'll just continue from somewhere. Crickets were stirring gently in the distant ravines. I lay with my body sideways so I could watch the illustrations. Perhaps half an hour had passed. Whether the illustrated man slept, I could not tell, but suddenly I heard him whisper.
They're moving, aren't they?
I waited a minute.
Topical.
Then I said, yes. The pictures were moving, each in its turn, each for a brief minute or two. There in the moonlight with the tiny, tinkling thoughts, and the distant sea voices, it seemed each little drama was enacted.
There's music and there's crickets too, so
Whether
it's
it
really
took-
hard.
Whether it took an hour or 3 hours for the dramas to finish, it would be hard to say. I only know that I lay fascinated and did not move while the stars wheeled in the sky. 16 illustrations, 16 tales. I counted them one by one. Primarily, my eyes focused upon a scene, a large house with 2 people in it. I saw a flight of vultures. On a blazing flesh sky, I saw yellow lions, and I heard voices. The first illustration quivered and came to life.
Yikes.
Oh, this means they're gonna be even louder, the monsters that do stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought through that.
Yeah, you turned it up and I heard how much louder it was and I was like, alright, cool.
Alright,
What could go wrong?
Y'all don't have to focus on it if you don't want.
the next short story.
So we're doing Shia LaBeouf?
Oh, yeah.
Let me pull it up real quick.
I'm not doing okay.
Hey, Andrew, you doing okay?
You're walking in the woods. There's no one around you, and your phone is dead.
No, not my phone.
Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him.
Is that breathing?
I don't know!
I'm not even really sure.
What do you do?
I got it.
Oh, that's so loud!
No! Okay.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was breathing.
Turning that down a little
That is so loud. Why did you...
Just a tiny bit. I do have to hear to play.
It's like Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, you hear him. Ah! This is the least. Our sound check is not gonna help
Do
me.
you want to just trade off paragraphs?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
The other person does Shia LaBeouf at the end.
No. Like you'll finish your paragraph with Shia LaBeouf and then because it goes back and forth, but
okay.
they don't all end with Shia LaBeouf.
Cool, I got you.
I love the first 4 sentences of the one you pulled up there. George, I wish you'd look at the nursery. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Well then. That's a great way to start a story.
Hey man, it was the 50s. Things were simpler, I think.
It was
I
a
don't know.
simpler time. Back when people had nurseries.
And polio.
I just want you to look at it all. I just want you to look at it is all. Or call a psychologist in to look at it.
Okay, do you want to read the short stories or do you want to?
No, I mean I kind of do, but I'm not going to. So
Yeah.
I love how my phone just
Do we have an
randomly turns
RP
off.
group?
Apparently, I forgot we did.
What the heck?
I'm just sharing it to everything.
It's literally the same people.
I realize this.
What is it like? That group is like years and years old.
That was way too
All right,
early.
That was like back
Oh,
in my
I
house.
realized I
years
forgot
ago,
to
dude.
transition back the last time we played. That
Oh yeah, you're right.
song.
We
So that means they just saw us screaming.
Yeah, they got the close up of us
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
out.
What was
Oh,
better,
man.
the close up of the monster or the close up of us?
Hey Oliver, what's up?
Hey,
All right.
Oliver.
You've come to watch us torture ourselves.
Hey-o.
You're walking in the woods.
Oh no, okay, no, I gotta start. Here we go. Alright.
There's no one around you, and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him.
Shia LaBeouf.
He's following you about 30 feet back. He gets down on all fours and breaks into a sprint. He is gaining on you. Shia LaBeouf.
You're looking for your car, but you're turned around. You're all turned around. He's almost upon you now, and you can see that there's blood on his face. My God, there's blood everywhere, running from your life.
I'm not gonna think. We have to do this.
Literally, guys, we
have
had
to do
breathing
this- we
within
have to
the
do this
first
as
time I
dramatic
checked the
reading.
door.
Right.
This is my paragraph too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Running for your life.
That was breathing.
He's brandishing
No,
a
I think we-
knife,
Shia
lurking in the shadows.
Looking in the shadows.
Hollywood superstar.
Hollywood
Shia-
superstar Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
living in the woods,
Shia LaBeouf.
killing for sport,
Shia LaBeouf.
eating all the bodies. Actual cannibal, Shia LaBeouf.
It's so difficult.
Now it's dark, and you seem to have lost him, but you're hopelessly lost yourself. Stranded with a murderer, you creep silently through the underbrush.
Aha! In the distance, a small cottage with a light on. Hope! You move stealthily toward it, but your leg! Ah, it's caught in a bear trap!
Gnawing
This
off
is the
your
worst.
legs, limping to the cottage. Now you're on the doorstep, sitting inside.
Sitting in
Shia LaBeouf. He's-
Sharp-
oh my gosh!
sharpening an
Fox
axe.
is here.
But he doesn't hear you.
Scream!
Oh gosh! But he doesn't hear you enter. You're sneaking up behind him, strangling superstar Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my gosh, he's still there.
Fighting for your life with Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Wrestling a knife from Shia LaBeouf. Stab him in his kidney, safe at
Ah,
last.
that was breathing.
From Shia LaBeouf.
You limp into the dark woods, blood oozing from your stumped
Scare!
leg.
Okay, fine.
But you have won. You have beaten Shia LaBeouf.
Get off my back!
Wait! He isn't dead!
Shia, surprise!
Why isn't it dead?
There's a gun to your head and death in his eyes.
But you can do jujitsu.
jujitsu.
Body slam, superstar Shia LaBeouf. Legendary fight with Shia LaBeouf. Normal Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf. You try to swing an axe at Shia LaBeouf.
But blood is draining fast from your stump leg. He's dodging every swipe. He
Oh my
parries
gosh.
to the left. You
The bed.
Oh, he's good at smash.
Get off.
Who knew?
You counter to the right. You catch him in the neck. You're chopping him. You have just decapitated Shia LaBeouf.
His head topples to the floor, expressionless. You fall to your knees and catch your breath. You're finally safe from Shia LaBeouf.
This is terrible.
That was the best thing about it.
Oh,
Okay.
this is immensely tense for me, and I'm not even looking at the screen.
Oliver wants to know if you're supposed to be checking the closet.
What? Yes, you are.
Get good.
Is
I have been checking the
where-
closet. It wasn't the closet that killed me.
What killed you?
Bonnie did. The
That was
left,
Bonnie
left
that
side
died.
door did.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Alright,
man.
so the Veld?
Yeah, the Veld.
Cool. If you're just tuning in, which some of you are, we're playing.
It's awful.
It's awful.
Please
Leave.
send help.
We're playing.
the book.
We're playing
more vodka.
Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and reading short stories by Ray Bradbury, and also reading Shia LaBeouf. Ray Bradbury was a science fiction writer from the 50s, so pretty much before science fiction existed. But
Back then they just called it fiction.
back then they just called it science because they didn't know better. This is real, right, guys? Yeah, sure.
Actually, like ancient literature, that was exactly how it happened.
Ethan, I feel unsafe.
You?
Have you ever seen
Would you like to try?
History of the Entire World? I guess.
Oh yeah, by
Oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, Bill Worth.
jazz guitar guy.
Hey, you
Jazz
can make a
piano
religion
guy.
out of that.
Hey, you can make a religion of that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready? Here we go.
All right,
Alright.
wait, hold on. What are the voices in the Veld?
There's 5 characters.
Yeah, I am supposed to be checking the closet more than once.
Hey Andrew,
Oliver,
you should
but-
pull up this PDF.
Oh, yes, I was trying to earlier. I want to actually do something aside from screaming a lot.
Yeah.
Which I'm doing pretty good at, gonna be honest.
Hey, okay, I'm gonna send it in Messenger too.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
super fantastical.
Super fantastical.
Super fantastical!
There you
Press
go.
and hold delete to erase all data on all your devices for everything.
So
Yes, please.
There's
You guys can't see it,
There's
it's on the
there's
logo.
the mom and dad, which is George, and I don't know the mom's name.
There. bottom.
There's 2 kids, and there's a psychiatrist. So
Oh guys, you know what I should voice one of the characters as I'm playing.
no, I'll do.
There's your line, Ethan.
Can I voice? Let's who can I play? Can I voice the psychologist?
Yeah, but how are you gonna read this?
How do you know who's who, though?
I'm gonna like point at his lines, and
Yeah.
you have to find them and read them.
No.
That sounds awful.
We're never gonna get to this level.
No, we're not. Like night 3 is where it becomes semi-difficult. So there's no way I'm not getting past night 3. We're just gonna play it over and over again with jump scares every time,
Oh my gosh, I can't take it.
I can.
unless I miraculously actually survive. Because I made it to what night?
I'll be the dad
Fourth
and
hour?
the
How do you know who's the dad?
girl. George, just
You gotta
context
guess.
clues.
I can just do all the narration if you want me to.
Oh yeah, you can narrate. Yeah.
Is there like a narrator person?
Actually no, there's some lines that are like they walked down the hall.
Oh yeah. Here's one. It says like his wife paused.
His
in the
wife
middle of the
paused.
kitchen.
His wife paused.
I'll just
So
do all
you
those.
Then
narrate
she hit
and we'll
play.
do the
Yeah.
lines.
And I think we can skip some of like the kind of the he said's.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just say it. So,
Okay, so let's hit the. Let's go ahead and flip back. Or did we transition?
No, we need to transition back.
Let's do it.
I'm not
Right
doing so
here,
well,
this
guys.
is the little house where we're at. This is the guy that sends his little minions to appear on my bed. This is the bunny that appears on the left side. This is the fox that's in my closet.
Where's the chica?
Not here. Probably already inside.
Oh,
Holy
hey,
crap!
ISIS is here. What's up?
Yay!
Yes! That means your computer's fixed.
We can start the stream now.
Now we can
It's
start.
like,
Okay.
She texted and said, "I'm sorry, fam," in all caps.
Man, we're disappointed.
all right. You
Her
ready?
laptop isn't working, but she got it working just for us.
I believe in you.
Thank you, ISIS.
Holy
Alright.
crap.
True
George-
friends.
George, I wish you'd look at the nursery.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Well, then.
Why do you make her so whiny?
Oh,
her
by the
first
way,
line is,
by
I
the-
wish you'd look at the nursery.
Yeah, it's like.
by the way,
Tom, I wish you could
we're
do this.
reading creepy stories. This one's called The Veld?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Veldit?
The Veld.
Veld.
Veld?
The T is silent.
Yeah.
But it should not be silent.
It's
Mine doesn't
French.
even have the T.
Oh, mine has the T.
Oh boy.
I've seen both. I've seen it with and without the T.
Anyway.
She is actually a fairly. She's like a average, typical housewife. Because I know a little bit about this short story. I haven't read
Ethan,
it.
don't let me
Okay.
get scared again.
Okay, let's
That
get
is
back
my
to this.
challenge to you.
George, I wish you'd look at the nursery.
You.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Well, then.
I just want you to look at it, or call a psychiatrist to look at it.
Psychiatrist or
That's- it says
college?
Psychologist. My
It's a
bad.
That's a
psychologist.
different person. Holy crap, that's the thing!
What would a psychologist want with a nursery?
You know very well what he wants.
His wife
Whoa,
paused
what?
in the middle of the kitchen and watched the stove, busy humming to itself, making supper for four.
It's just that the nursery is different now than it
The
was.
nursery.
Alright, let's have a look.
They walked down the hall of their soundproof happy life home, which had cost them $30,000 installed. This house, which clothed and fed and rocked them to sleep and played and sang, was good to them. Their approach sensitized a switch
6
somewhere.
seconds doesn't work.
Is that? Yeah, that's the word. Somewhere in the nursery light flickered on when they came within 10 feet of it. Similarly, behind them, in the halls, light went on and off as they left them behind with a soft
so good.
Automaticity?
Y'all, you don't get it. I'm so good.
Automaticity?
I'm so good at this game.
I think he was trying to coin words that like didn't catch on
didn't
or
exist, so
something.
like automaticity.
He wants to be the next
Maybe
Shakespeare.
that is a real word.
Oh my god!
Ethan, do better!
I'm sorry.
Do better!
I haven't counted. Dang it.
Well,
I think I'm at 8 seconds. Okay.
Ah.
well, said George Hadley.
They stood on the thatched floor of the nursery. It was 40 feet across by 40 feet long and 30 feet high. It had cost half again as much as the rest of the house, but
But nothing's too good for our children. No.
Oh,
that's
this
you.
is
That's
George.
you. That's you.
But nothing's too good for our children.
the nursery was silent. It was empty as a jungle glade at the hot high noon. The walls were black and two-dimensional. Now, as George and Linda Hadley stood in the center of the room, the walls began to purr and recede into crystalline distance, it seemed, and presently an African veld appeared in 3 dimensions on all sides and colored reproduced to the final pebble and a bit of straw. The ceiling above them became a deep sky with hot yellow sun.
Real quick, a veld is just like an African plain.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
just-
helpul.
It
That
just
is-
means
yeah.
African plain.
That is
that's
I
all.
was wondering what a velvet was, but
Like-
I'm too focused to ask.
Like a prairie, but in Africa.
Yeah.
God bless
Sure.
the rains down in Africa so that they can have furries instead of velds.
So George Hadley felt the perspiration start on his brow.
I heard him walk away. Okay.
Yes.
I
Is this
can't
my
hear
line?
him walk
Yes,
away
this
now.
is yours.
I'm glad we turned the volume up.
I lost where we were.
Let's get out of the
Let's
sun.
get out of the sun. That one.
I don't know where that's at.
Probably down here. Oh, right here.
Oh. Let's get out of this sun, he said. This is a little too real, but I don't see anything wrong.
Wait a moment, you'll see.
Now the hidden.
There's 3 Freddies in my bed.
Why? Okay. Now the hidden orthophonics were beginning.
Oh, man.
It's so hard to hear. I'm out of prep juice.
Get you some water.
Water. Water's not gonna help me get through this.
He's gonna need something stronger.
Hot sauce?
Yes, hot sauce.
Always hot sauce.
I think,
ISIS is screaming in the middle of an Apple store right now.
honestly, that's normal once you see those price tags.
Holy crap.
Sorry.
This story is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, their nursery like turned into an African plain. It starts out pretty weird.
Also,
No,
it's
I
I think we need a
itty-bitty on my
psychologist to look at this
phone.
nursery. Still some weird stuff here.
Oh, maybe I should
Specifically-
just read it like this.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
this is
so
like
much
please
better.
eat.
I can actually read it now.
Alrighty.
You ready?
You ready, Ethan?
No.
Cool. We're gonna ruin it.
Genshin, you want to swap off?
No, no.
No, you need to learn how to play this eventually.
No, not on the third night.
Oh, fine.
Onward and forward.
All right, now
Okay.
the hidden ortophonics were beginning to blow a wind of odor at the two people in the middle of the baked Veldland. The hot straw smell of lion grass and the cool green smell of the hidden watering hole. The great rusty smell of animals. The smell of dust like
the rusty smell of
paprika
animals?
in the hot air. And now the sounds. The thump of distant antelope. Feet on grassy sod. The papery rustling of vultures. A shadow passed through the sky. The shadow flickered by George Hadley's upturned, sweating face.
Filthy creatures.
He heard his wife
Oh wait,
say,
that's the wife's line. That
Whoa,
just sounds like
whoa,
something the
that
guy
was
would
different.
Filthy creatures.
He heard his wife say,
Why is that you?
say. Why is that me?
because it's
It's
the
the
next
vultures.
line, the vulture.
That looks like your line.
No, but your line.
Not in mine.
Guys, I
The
will take the line to
vultures.
Mordor.
The vultures.
And my axe. You see, there are the lions far over that way. Now they're on their way to the waterhole. They've just been eating. I don't know what.
Some animal.
George Hadley put his hand up to shield off the burning light from his squinted
Ah!
eyes.
A zebra or a baby giraffe, maybe.
Are you sure?
His wife sounded peculiarly tense.
Lacula,
No,
apparently.
but it's a little late to be sure.
He said, amused.
I'm not sure, but I think I was breathing.
Nothing over there I can see. Nothing over there I can see but cleaned bone, and the vultures dropping for what's left.
Get off my bed!
I lost my place because I was responding to something.
That was definitely
yeah.
breathing.
Do you hear that scream she asked?
No.
About a minute ago?
Sorry. No.
The lions were coming, and again George Hadley was filled with admiration for the mechanical genius who had conceived this room. A miracle of efficiency, selling for an absurdly low price. Every home should have one. Oh, occasionally they frightened you with their clinical accuracy, they startled you, and gave you a twinge. But
twinge.
most of the time, what fun for everyone. Not
like this
only
game.
your own son and daughter, but for yourself when you feel like a quick jaunt to a foreign land. A quick change of scenery. Well, here it was. And here, the lions now 15 feet away, so real, so feverishly and startlingly real, that you could feel the prickling fur on your hand and your mouth was stuffed
Is that
with
breathing?
the
I have
dusty
no idea.
upholstery smell of their heated pelts. And
Everyone
the
guard your
yellow
ears!
of the-
What did you say?
I said everyone guard your ears.
How did you know?
I wasn't sure. The thing is, you actually they actually run up on you if you close the door and they weren't there. So you have to, I wasn't sure until I closed the door, but then I was like, no, I think I screwed up, and so.
So you said everyone close your ears.
Hey, if you're just tuning in, we're reading The Veld by Ray Bradbury. There's a link in the description. You can read along with us. Or you can just listen to the sound of our sultry voices.
We have those.
Screaming.
And screaming.
I
And
do that
screaming.
a lot. Holy cow.
Boy.
Okay.
Thank you for your constant endurance, fan base.
Our fan base of ISIS. Thank you for being there for us.
Thank you.
Alright.
You make it all worthwhile. I sent it to Max. Max said he'd watch it, so
Max better watch it.
Max better freaking watch it. We're doing this for you.
Whoa, there's no way we're getting through this whole short story, are we?
It's
Oh, no, it's not that one.
multiple short stories.
Well, this
Well,
one's a little longer.
It's like 10 pages.
We'll get through it.
That's doable, yeah.
Ethan's not making this game
Ethan, you
yet,
gotta
so-
get to level 5.
I don't.
If you can beat level 5 before we beat this short story.
Not
You mean
happening.
night 5.
It's not happening. There are also 8 nights in this game, just FYI.
Why?
Like
That's
there's-
impossible.
But that's not
Oh,
the
I
name
know.
of the game.
Oh, I
game.
know.
But the game is 5.
There's 5 nights in the base game, and then the 6th, 7th, and 8th nights are like challenge nights that unlock additional lore stuff and are important and are part of the game. but-
Stupid.
Welcome to the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base.
Alright.
Okay.
Here we go.
Also known as masochists.
Also known as masochists.
Alright.
Here we go.
Yep.
And the yellow of them was in your eyes like the yellow of an exquisite French tapestry.
What?
The yellow of lions and summer grass. And the sound of the matted lion lungs exhaling on the silent noontide. And the smell of meat from the panting, dripping mouths. The lion stood looking at George and Lydia Hadley with terrible green,
Whoa,
yellow
they're already there.
eyes.
Watch out!
screamed Lydia.
The lions came running at. Oh wait, why did I start? I was like, oh, this is my line. Wait a
The
minute.
lions came running at them. Lydia bolted and ran. Instinctively, George sprang after her. Outside in the hall, with the door slammed, he was laughing and she was crying. And they both stood appalled at the other's reaction.
George,
Lydia! Oh my dear, poor sweet Lydia.
they almost got us.
Walls, Lydia. Remember, crystal walls? That's all they are. Oh, they look real, I must admit, Africa in your parlor, but it's all dimensional, super reactionary, super sensitive color film and mental tape film behind glass screens. It's all odorphonics and sonics, Lydia. Here's my handkerchief.
Odorphonics and sonics,
that's what
Lydia.
it's called.
Why did she hand him her handkerchief?
Because she's crying.
You know how
Oh,
Lydia
he's right.
Lydia
He's
is the companion you get in Skyrim?
Yep.
I can just imagine like the Dragonborn's talking to her. It's like,
There's breathing.
no, there's no breathing. Okay.
Oh, yikes.
And she's like, it's just audiophonics and whatever, Lydia.
Odorphonics.
Odorphonics.
Thank you.
Odorphonics.
Yeah.
That's what you
Order
could-
of.
Oh, that was breathing.
Orderophonics.
Yikes.
You hear the footsteps walking
Hey,
away?
Christian, you have to be.
So now we're
afraid.
safe.
Sorry. This is tense, okay?
I don't like tits.
Okay, go.
I'm afraid.
She came to him and put her body against him and cried steadily.
Do you see? Do you feel? It's too real.
Now, Lydia.
You've got to tell Wendy and Peter not to read anymore on Africa.
Okay, Foxy's here.
Of
Correct.
course.
Promise?
Patted her.
Sure.
I'll lock the nursery. What is wrong with me?
I'll let the nerd stream.
Nerd Street. I'll lock the nursery for a few days.
That's
until
us.
I get
We're
my
the nerd
nerves.
stream.
I'll lock the nursery for a few days until I get my nerves settled. The animatronics breathe with odorphonics. That's how they do that.
The animatronics breathe because they're semi-hallucinations. It's very
Drug-induced.
It's very lore based. Like, this kid is in a hospital having nightmares, but he's.
I looked up right there.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
It's awful!
I'm never gonna be this level guy. It's so hard. This is so hard.
Are we is there anything we can do to make it easier for you?
Yeah, there is. Now that you mention it.
Oh man.
Maybe reading louder? Would that help?
Oh, the guy says I darned my socks. That's such a good line. Wow. Ray Bradbury.
I just came up with an idea. What if we put the entire stream on like a 3-second delay? So as soon as this goes off, we can click it and everyone can see close up our reaction.
Please don't.
If
Oh,
we
I
ever
see
do
what
this
you-
again,
I see what you're
if we
saying.
ever do this again, I'll do that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because it would be like we could tell the future, but what
Alright.
would happen is we just
Here
click
it
it.
is.
It would flip
Gentry.
the stream and
Yeah.
you would see the reaction.
I want you to play
Smart,
it
we
one
should've done
time.
that.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No. You're gonna play it one time and
My
then we're gonna
heart
swap
rate
back.
can't take this.
Yeah, you're good. Let's do it. Come on,
You have
let's do it.
to narrate though.
How about?
I mean, I can try.
Okay.
Oh, you
I'm gonna
wanna
teach you how
play?
to play, alright?
I mean, unless you're
I don't know how
down.
to play.
No, I'm gonna teach you how to play, right?
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna
Okay.
flick your mouse to the left, or you're
Uh-huh.
gonna. Okay, here's the thing. You're gonna
Never
click
ending
either the
story.
doors on either side, or you're going to flick it down to go to your bed. All right,
Uh-huh.
and you can flick
Do
it down
you
again.
just
to
do
go back
that,
to the
or
living
do you like flick it?
room. You'll just flick it to the bottom to go to your bed, and then
Uh-huh.
you'll either click each of the doors or the closet to go to the closet.
You
right?
get there, and then you press the control button to turn on your flashlight.
No, my control and function buttons are swapped on my laptop, so you're gonna hit the function key, and you're gonna hold down shift to close the doors. All right.
What?
So you hold it,
What is
and
it
then
with
you
you
wait
Hold on,
8
hold on.
seconds.
Controllers.
Everyone pause for a second. Why though? Why
don't
would
know.
you flip the control?
I
and
feel like
function
that's a
keys?
legitimate
Because the thing
question.
is, on my old laptop, they were in opposite positions, and so I was so used to doing the muscle
Oh,
memory.
okay.
And so when I got a new laptop, I'm like, I just want to
You
get
were
it.
used to doing muscle memory when switching
Okay.
controllers. messing
No,
with
you're
it.
not starting the Mac rants now.
That is an actual like reason. So I admire you.
I'm
You're
gonna
not
play
gonna
one.
be okay.
No, you're gonna play one time, and then you'll die, and then we'll swap back. Okay?
Thanks
Alright.
for the confidence.
Ethan, you are the narrator.
Okay, so I can play it looking at this, right?
Yeah.
You're probably gonna want to look at the TV.
Am I?
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
it matter?
Because the TV is where the sound is coming from, so it's a little bit more helpful mentally. But that's just.
All right. I'm
that's
on the
what you're gonna
I'm
listen
on the
for.
line.
Yeah.
I'm on. It's on my line.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a bear!
You know how difficult Peter is about that. When I punished him a month ago
I'm
by
not
locking the
okay.
nursery for even a few hours,
Are we gonna switch it over?
The tantrum he threw.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here and look at the door and go, is something breathing?
And Wendy too. They live for the nursery.
Okay, nothing's
Got to be locked, and that's all there is to it.
Okay, I go over here and I click on that and I listen.
Andrew, we're reading. Can you be respectful?
No, I can't. I'm losing my crap.
All right, reluctantly. Oh wait, no, this is you.
Reluctantly, he locked the huge door.
You've been working too hard.
I
You
don't like
need a
that.
rest.
I don't know.
She said, blowing her nose, sitting down in a chair that immediately began to rock and comfort her.
Maybe I don't have enough
You're right.
to do.
The flashlight doesn't turn on.
Maybe I have time to. Maybe I have time to think too much. Why don't we shut the whole house off for a few days and take a nice family vacation?
Okay.
You mean you want to fry eggs for me?
Yes.
Sounds like a
nodded.
great hobbit.
And darn my socks?
Yes.
And darn
Frantic,
And
watery
sweep
eyed
the house?
Yes. Yes. Oh yes.
But I thought that's why we bought this house, so we wouldn't have to do anything.
That's just it. I feel like I don't belong here. The house is wife and mother now, and nurse.
This story is actually kind of sexist, but
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, this was written in the 50s,
was
so
written
you're
in
like,
the 50s.
yeah.
You did so good.
You fought valiantly
You
for
did, you did
a
good.
few moments.
This isn't what I was made for.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm back, guys.
That scream was so genuine and beautiful. We have
Like, I went to that door and I heard an extra sound and I was like, is it just the ambiance or is breathing? And I didn't
You
know.
can't tell, right?
I can't tell.
The music is so close
I
to
was so
breathing.
terrified. I thought I was gonna die.
All right.
I think I pressed
okay, no, it's coming.
I pressed the flashlight button very well knowing I was probably gonna die.
Oh, that's
I'm not built for this.
Did you seriously? What was the earliest message in that old RP group? I'm actually curious.
All right, where are we at?
Probably you.
That was November 11th, 2015 was the last message in that group.
yeah.
Jeez, that was long ago.
Randomly asking people we haven't seen in many years to watch me.
4 years ago. I mean, I was
I-
still in college 4 years
I
ago,
feel
I guess.
so unsafe. So unsafe.
Oh my gosh.
I feel
Okay.
unsafe. I am shaking right now. That
Why'd you
wasn't
send a
fun.
link to our group? We're already here.
I sent it to the Mondaze. We were the Mondaze streaming.
Oh, dang, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like the Mondays actually happens anymore, though. The Mondays is just the Mondays streaming. It's great.
Sylvie.
All right, you ready?
Um.
Continue on. Here we go. I don't care if you're ready. We're moving on.
All right.
That's just it. I feel like I don't belong here. The house is wife and mother
I'm gonna
and nurse
freaking do
maid.
this, guys.
Can I compete with an African belt? Can I give a bath and scrub the children as efficiently or quickly as the automatic scrub bath can?
Hopefully
I
not.
cannot. And it isn't just me, it's you. You've been awfully nervous
Yeah,
lately.
he can't scrub people as well either.
I suppose I've been smoking too much.
You look as if you didn't know what to do with yourself in this house either. You smoke a little more every morning and drink a little more every afternoon and need a little more sedative every night. You're beginning to feel uneasy, I can tell.
This is not a healthy family.
Am I?
He paused and tried to feel into himself to see what was really there.
Oh, George, these lions can't get out of there, can they?
He looked at the door and saw it tremble as if something had jumped against it from the other side.
Of course.
Don't say jump that loudly, please.
Of course not.
At dinner, they ate alone. For Wendy and Peter were at special plastic carnival.
I didn't even hear it at all.
Oh,
Not at all.
This isn't healthy! Why do people play these games on
we
a
have to
regular
get through this
basis?
story.
I
How
don't
is
know.
this franchise so freaking popular?
Because it's so difficult. But the thing is, you feel like you're doing really good every time. This is not good for my mental health.
I feel so
There's 16
upset.
pages left.
There's 6.
I'm not
Alright.
finishing the story.
How much longer do we have on the stream? We can do this. I can just stall for time.
I don't know. I need a break.
It's like
This is killing me.
We're at an hour. Try to beat this level.
Ooh. We have.
Hey,
how much
Christian,
time do we have
what-
left? We have an hour left.
What if we
We're at an hour.
Christian, what if we just
So we
speed
have half
read
an
it?
hour left.
Yeah, give or take.
What if we just speed read the rest
Okay.
of it?
Just as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, here we
Okay.
go.
The
We're
objective
gonna,
is to read it as fast as
we're
possible.
gonna finish
now.
16 pages in the rest of the
At
stream.
dinner,
Let's
they
do
ate
it.
alone for Wendy and Peter were at a special plastic carnival across town at a televised home to say they'd be late to go home eating. So George Adley bemused sat watching the dining room table produce warm dishes and food for the mechanical interior.
We forgot the ketchup.
Sorry.
She said in a small voice within the table. The ketchup appeared. As for the nursery, though George Hadley, it couldn't hurt for the children to be locked up in a while. Too much for anything isn't good for anyone, and it was clearly
that sun, he could feel it on his neck, still like a hot paw, and the lions and the smell of blood. Remarkable how the nursery had caught the telepathic emanation of the children's minds and created life to fulfill their every desire. The children thought lions, and there were lions. The children thought zebras, and there were zebras. Sun, giraffes, death, and death.
Whoa.
The last, he chewed tastefully.
No, keep going. We gotta keep going. We gotta do this.
They chewed tastelessly on the meat at the table. That was a bad time for them. Death thoughts. They were awfully young, Wendy and Peter, for death thoughts. Oh no, you were too young, really, long before you knew what death was and wishing it on someone else. When they were 2 years old, then you were shooting people with cat pistols. But this, the long, hot African veldt, the awful death in the jaws of the lions, and repeated again and again.
Where are you going?
He didn't answer Lydia, preoccupied. He let the lights glow softly ahead of him, extinguished behind him. As he pounded the nursery door, he listened against it. Far away, a lion roared. He unlocked the door and opened it. Just before he stepped inside, he heard a faraway scream, and then another roar from the lions, which subsided quickly. He stepped into Africa. How many times in the last year had he opened the door and found Wonderland, Alice, the Muck, the Turtle, Aladdin, the magical lamp, Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz.
Oh, I screwed up. I think I screwed up, guys.
I'm tired!
Oh, no, we're good.
Oh, Dr. Dolittle or a cow jumping over a very real appearing moon. All of the delightful contraptions of a make-believe world. How often had the Pegasus flown across the sky ceiling and the fountains of red fireworks, or heard angel voices singing. But now, this yellow hot Africa, it made
You didn't even lose. Keep going.
Perhaps Lydia was right. Perhaps they needed a little motivation from the fantasy, which was growing a bit too real for the 10-year-old children. It was all right to exercise one mind's with domestic fantasies, but when the lively child mind settled on one pattern, it seemed that at a distance for the past month, the lions roaring smelled their strong odor, stepping away from the study.
Oh, the Freddies!
But
get off of that!
He paid no attention. George Hadley stood on the African grasslands alone. The lions looked up from their feeding, watching.
Keep going, keep going. So hard.
The only plot in the illusion was the open door through which they could see his wife far down the hall like a framed picture, eating her dinner abstractly.
Go away.
He said to the lions, but they did not go. He knew the principle of the room exactly. You sent your thoughts, whatever you thought would appear.
Let's have Aladdin in his land.
He snapped and the Veltland remained. The lions remained.
Come on, room. I demanded Aladdin.
Nothing happened. The lions rumbled in their baked pelts.
Aladdin!
He went back to dinner.
The full room's out of order. It won't respond.
Or
what?
Or it can't respond because the children have thought about Africa and lions and killing so many days the room's in a rut.
The wolf is already here. Or the fox, sorry.
Could be.
Scare! Sorry, he does that every time you check him the first time.
Or Peter said it to remain that way.
Set it?
He may have gone to the machinery and picked something.
Peter doesn't know machinery.
No,
He's a wise one for 10. That IQ of his.
Nevertheless.
Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad.
The Hadleys turned. Wendy and Peter were coming through the front door, cheeks like peppermint candy, eyes like bright blue agate marbles, the smell of ozone on their jumpers from their trip in the helicopter.
You're just in time for supper.
Oh wait, no, it says both. We have to do it again.
You're just in time for supper. Okay, so are we the kids?
Yeah, you guys are the kids also.
No, you're the kids. You're the kids. I'm the psychiatrist or psychologist.
Oh, that's right.
We're full of strawberry ice cream and hot dogs.
Hold on! We're good. I thought that might be it.
But we'll sit and watch.
Yes, come tell us about the nursery.
The brothers and sister blinked at him and then at each other.
Nursery?
All about Africa and everything said the father with false joviality.
I don't understand.
Your mother and I were just traveling through Africa with Rod and Reel. Tom Swift and his electric lion.
There's no Africa in the nursery.
Oh, come on, Peter. We know better.
I don't remember any Africa. Do you?
Sorry?
No. He's speaking to his sister. Andrew's slacking.
Run, see, and come tell.
She obeyed.
Oh gosh, my flashlight button doesn't work for a split
Wendy,
second.
come back here.
Said George Hadley, but she was gone. The house lights followed her like a flock of fireflies. Too late. He realized he had forgotten to lock the nursery door after his last inspection.
When do you look and come tell us?
She doesn't have to tell me. I've seen it.
Gosh.
I'm sure
This is so hard.
I'm sure you're mistaken, Father.
We only have 10 pages left.
Let's
do it. We're gonna do it.
Me out.
What time do we have? How much time do we have? When did we
We're
start?
at
9?
We're at 104.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see the time.
Okay, so we have 26 minutes left. We can do that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And they walk down the hall together and
One
open the
level.
nursery
I'm
door.
almost actually
It was a green,
sweating.
lovely forest, a lovely river, a purple mountain, high voices singing in rhyma, lovely and mysterious lurking in the trees, and colorful flights of butterflies like animated bouquets, lingering in her long hair. The African vet land was gone, lions were gone, only Reno
Oh my gosh.
was there singing a song
Foxy's
so
literally just
beautiful
chilling in
that
the
it
wind.
brought tears to your eyes. George Hadley looked at the changed scene.
Go to bed.
He said to the children, they opened their mouths.
You heard me.
They went off to the closet where a wind sucked them in like a brown leaves up the flue to their slumber rooms. George Hadley walked through the singing glade and picked up something that lay at the corner near the line where the lines had been. He walked slowly back to his wife.
Throw me off.
What is that?
An old wallet of mine.
He showed it to her. The smell of the hot grass on it was the smell of the line. There were drops of saliva on it, and they chewed where the blood smears on both sides. He closed the nursery door and locked it tight. In the middle of the night, he was still awake, and he knew his wife was awake.
Do you think Wendy changed it?
Oh, that's my line. Do you think Wendy changed it?
Oh, of course.
Made up from a veld into a forest and put Rhyma in there instead of lions?
Yes.
Why?
When's Fox?
I don't know, but it's staying locked until I find out.
This game got
How did your
updated.
wallet get in there?
I don't know anything, he said. Except that I'm beginning to be sorry.
no.
We
I don't
want that
know.
room for the children. It's if children are neurotic at all, a room like that.
Guys, I think I screwed
It's
up.
supposed to help them work.
This is tense. I don't like tense.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're so close. I'm so stressed.
Sorry, I was reading the
Christian,
line.
you gotta read your lines faster.
Sorry. It's supposed to help them work off the neurosis in a helpful way.
The work off the neurosis?
Neurosis?
No, yeah. Oh, that's what it says.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm starting to wonder.
You're right.
We've given the children everything they've ever wanted. Is this a reward? Secrecy? Disobedience?
Who was it said? Wait, who
Oh,
was it
should we
said
play the game?
children are carpets, they should be stepped on occasionally?
I don't think
What?
anyone said that.
Wow.
I'm just gonna chill
Keep
and
going.
wait for someone to kill me.
Yeah, that's still you.
Oh, we've never lifted a hand. They're insufferable. Let's admit it. They come and go when they like. They treat us as if we were offspring. They're spoiled and we're spoiled.
They've been acting funny ever since you forbade them to take the rockets to New York for a few months ago.
They're not old enough to do that alone. I explained.
Nevertheless, I've
This
noticed
is such a
they've
bad
been
idea.
decidedly cool.
What are you doing?
I'm
I've noticed
tempting
they've been
feet.
decidedly cool toward us since.
I think I'll have David McClain come tomorrow morning and look at Africa.
It's not Africa now. It's Green Mansion's country in Rhyma.
I have a feeling it'll be Africa again before then.
A moment later, they heard
Whoa!
screams. Two screams. Two people screaming from downstairs, and then a roar of lions.
Gosh, why? Why is this game the way that it is?
He goes, yeah. Sorry, I'll actually play.
Two screams.
That time
Two
I was
people
messing
screaming
around.
from downstairs, and then a roar of lions.
Wendy and Peter aren't. Oh wait, that's you, Christian.
Wendy and Peter aren't in their rooms.
He lay in his bed with his beating heart.
No,
Whoa.
they
okay.
broke into the nursery.
Okay.
Those
What?
screams, they sound familiar.
Do they?
Yes,
Really?
awfully.
And although their beds tried very hard, the two adults couldn't be rocked to sleep for another hour. A smell of cats was in the night air.
Father,
Yes.
Peter looked at his shoes. He never looked at his father anymore, nor at his mother.
you aren't going to lock up the nursery for good, are you?
That all depends
On what?
on you and your sister. If you intersperse Africa with a little variety, Sweden perhaps, or Denmark, or China.
I thought we were free to play as we wish.
Oh, you are within reasonable bounds.
What's wrong with Africa, Father?
Yeah,
Oh,
father.
so now you admit you've been conjuring up Africa, do you?
I wouldn't want the nursery locked up, ever.
Matter of fact, we're thinking of turning the whole house off for a month. Live sort of carefree one for all existence.
That sounds dreadful. Would I have to tie my own shoes instead of letting the shoe tire do it? And brush my own teeth and comb my own hair and
That
give
does
myself a
sound-
bath?
That does sound terrible.
It'll be fun for a change, don't you think?
No, it would be horrid. I didn't like it when we took out the
Oh, I
picture
screwed
frame
up,
last
guys.
month.
Oh no, get ready. Here we go. Oh no, we're fine.
What? Oh. Cool.
I was 100%
That's because I wanted you to learn to paint it all by yourself, son.
I don't want to do anything but look and listen and smell. What else is there to do?
Alright, go play in Africa.
Will you shut up the house sometime soon?
We're considering it.
Considering it after this crap. I don't think you'd better consider it any more, Father.
I won't have any threats from you, son.
Very well.
And Peter strolled off to the nursery.
How old is Peter?
10.
I was using phrases like very well.
Very well.
Very well.
Very well.
I need
They must.
I need a break from the game for a minute.
You need a break.
Like a walk. Or, you know.
Benji's gonna
VR
take a 5 for
Lego.
guys.
We are 7 pages away from the end.
I don't think I would have finished
What time
this.
is it?
This is a messed up
Oh, we
story.
still have 21 minutes.
Yeah, we can make it.
You think we can make it?
Do you want to swap? I'll narrate.
No, I just need to walk outside.
Okay.
This is killing me.
Need a breather.
We found the upper limit of Andrew.
It's dark outside.
Yes! I thought you were kidding. I turned around and it was legitimately dark outside. I was like, oh, Jake.
I don't know if I can do it now.
Alright, we gotta finish the book ASAP.
We gotta finish the book.
What?
I'm not the narrator.
Oh,
and
yeah. Can you take the dog out?
Oh, Christian, you do every vocal line, but you just switch voices whenever you do the male or the husband and the wife. And Tobias, you narrate everything else.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
I
let's
can
do
keep reading. I'm back. I'm back.
Wait, are you sure?
I'm back in this.
Are you sure?
I just won't sleep for a year. It's okay. It's worth it. Where are we?
Am I on time?
Madeline loved this game. My sister Madeline.
I'm the psychologist.
Are you the psychologist?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Well,
the
no, because you're George.
I'm George and the
I'm the
psychologist. You're kids
kysologist.
at once.
George and the psychologist are talking. I have to be the psychologist.
Oh, okay.
Am I on time?
Breakfast?
Thanks, I have some already. What seems to be the trouble?
Breakfast.
David, you're a psychologist.
Well, I should certainly hope so.
David, you're a psychologist.
That's the line. I kid you not, that's the line.
David,
You're a
psychologist.
psychologist. He's like, really?
Well,
Jeffrey, you're a nurse.
well then, have a look at our
I
nursery. You
sure
saw it on a
am.
year ago when you dropped by. Did you notice anything peculiar about it then?
Can't say I
Oh,
did.
he's already
The usual
here.
Violences, a tendency
Sorry,
towards
Ian.
slight paranoia,
Oh, he's fine.
paranoia here and there.
He's fine.
Usual in children because they feel persecuted by parents constantly, but really nothing.
They walk down the hall.
I locked the nursery up,
Explain the father.
and the children broke back into during the night. I let them stay so they could form the patterns for you to see.
That was a terrible screaming for the nursery,
There it is.
said George Hadley.
See what you make of it.
They walked into the children without rapping. The screams had faded. The lions were feeding,
Run outside for a moment, children.
said George Hadley.
No, don't change the mental combination. Leave the walls as they are. Get.
With the children gone, the two men stood studying the lions clustered at a distance, eating with great relish whatever they had caught,
I wish I knew what it was.
said George Hadley.
Sometimes I can almost see. Do you think if I brought high-powered binoculars here and...
David McLean laughed dryly.
McLean.
Hardly. How long has this been going on?
All,
George had studied all four. Oh, never.
all little over a month. It certainly doesn't feel... Oh, wait.
That's
That's
my-
it.
It certainly doesn't feel good.
I want facts, not feelings.
My dear George,
Facts don't care about your
a psychologist has never saw a fact in his life. He only hears about feelings, vague things. This doesn't feel good, I tell you. Trust my hunches and my instincts. I have a nose for something bad, and this is very
Oh, sorry, I
bad.
screwed up. I screwed up.
My
Oh, I'm
advice
fine.
to
I'm
you
fine.
is to have the whole darn room torn down and children brought to me every day during the next year for treatment.
Yeah, psychologists would say that.
Is it that bad?
I'm afraid so. One of the original uses of these nurseries was so that we could study the patterns left on the walls of the children's mind, study at our leisure, and help the child. In this case, however, the room has become a channel towards, well, destructive thoughts instead of a way to release them.
Didn't you sense this before?
I sense only that you had spoiled your children more than most, and now you're letting them down in some way. What way?
I wouldn't let them go to New York.
What else?
I've taken a few machines from the house and threatened them a month ago with closing up the nursery unless they did their homework. I did close it for a few days to show I meant business.
Aha!
Does that mean anything?
Everything! When before we had a Santa Claus, now they have a Scrooge. Children prefer Santas. You've let this room and your house replace
I hit the wrong button. That's how I was totally the wrong button. I knew it. I was like, oh, just close the door. And it didn't work. Long story short.
There's nothing new about this episode from now on. It's just
If you beat this level, you'll get a solid high five from me.
Worth it.
I will hug you.
crisp high five from me. This
I
room is
I
the
will like hug you and sob on your chest.
That's fine.
That's just the normal.
I will take all of this.
Guys, we're almost through. Let's get this.
We gotta do this, guys.
This room is their mother and father, far more important in their lives than
15
their real
minutes of
parents.
just straight
and
torture.
Now,
I believe in
and
you.
now you come
Thank
along
you.
and want to shut it off. No wonder there's hatred there. You can feel it coming out of the sky. Feel that sun. George, you'll have to change your life. Like many others, you've built it around your future comforts. Why? You'll starve tomorrow if there was something went wrong in your kitchen. You wouldn't know how to tap an egg. Nevertheless, turn everything else off. Start new. It'll take time, but we'll make good children out of bad in a year. Just wait and see.
But won't the dark be too much for the children? Shutting the room up abruptly for good?
I don't want to go any deeper into this.
I love
That's
the voice
all.
for the guy. So
The Lions were finished with their rad feast.
why is he already here?
The Lions were sitting on the edge of the clearing watching the two men.
Now I'm feeling persecuted. Let's get out of here. I've never had cared for these darn rooms. They make me nervous.
The lines look real, don't they? I don't suppose there's any way
What?
that they could become real.
Not that I know.
Some flaw in the machinery, tampering or
Yeah, a
something?
flaw in the machinery makes real life.
No, I assure you they won't.
They went to the door.
I don't imagine the room will like being turned off.
Nothing ever likes to die. Not even a room.
I wonder if
What?
it hates me for
Whoa.
wanting to switch it off.
Paranoia is sick around here today. You can follow it like a spore. Hello.
He bent over and picked up a bloody scarf.
This yours?
No,
His face was rigid.
it belongs to Lydia.
They went to the fuse box together and threw the switch that killed the nursery. The two children were in hysterics. They screamed and pranced and threw things. They yelled and sobbed and swore and jumped at the furniture.
Is that my line?
Yeah.
You can't do that to the nursery. No. Oh yeah, that's the children. You can't do that to the nursery. You just can't.
Now, children.
They flung themselves onto a couch, weeping.
Oh, this is the wife. I have too many roles.
Yeah, I know.
Fine. George, turn on the nursery just for a few moments. You can't be so abrupt.
No.
You can be so cruel.
Lydia, it's off and it stays off. And the whole dang house dies as of here and now. The more I see of the mess we put ourselves in, the more it sickens me. We've been contemplating our mechanical electronic navels for too long. My
Navels.
goodness. How we need a breath of honest air.
And he marched about the house, turning
I'm
off
not even,
the
like,
voice
jumping
clocks,
anymore.
the stoves, the heaters, and the shoe shiners, the shoelacers, the body scrubbers, and squabbers, and massagers, and every other machine that could be put his hands to.
Let's
The
never
house
see the
was
scrubber and
full
swabber.
of dead bodies, it seemed. It felt like a mechanical cemetery, so silent.
I'll say the
None
vodka
of the
helping.
humming hidden energy
Vodka
of
is
machines
helping,
waiting to
admittedly.
function at the tap of a button.
Oh, don't let them do it.
Wailed Peter at the ceiling as if he was talking to the house, the
Don't-
nursery.
Don't let Father kill everything. Oh, I hate you.
Insults won't get you anywhere.
I wish you're dead.
Oh.
I just need to focus on my art.
Yes.
I'm never gonna get through this.
We were for a long while.
Folks,
Now
you
we're
gotta-
gonna really start living. Instead of being handled and massaged, we're gonna live.
When he was still crying, Peter joined her again.
Just a moment, just one moment, just another moment of nursery, they wailed.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, George, it can't hurt.
All right. If you'll only just shut up 1 minute, mind you, and then off forever.
Daddy,
Sang the
Daddy.
children smiling with wet faces.
And then we're going on vacation.
Nice.
David McLean is coming back in half an hour to help us move out and get to the airport.
What the heck?
I'm gonna dress. You turn the nursery on for a minute. Lydia, just a minute, mind you.
He had a reflection. And the three of them went babbling off while he let them be vacuumed upstairs through the air flue that set them dressing himself. A minute later, Lydia appeared.
Oh, it did it.
I'm so good. I didn't do it, guys. I didn't do it. Rescue one. I was like, I heard it. I heard like the feet, but that was me being dumb.
2.5 more pages.
A minute later, Lydia appeared.
I'll be glad when we get away.
Did you leave them in the nursery?
I wanted to dress too. Oh, that horrid Africa. What can they see in it?
Whoa, so racist.
Well, in 5 minutes we'll be on our way to Iowa. Gosh, how did we ever get in this house? What prompted us to buy a nightmare?
Pride, money, foolishness.
I think we'd better get downstairs before those kids get engrossed with those darn beasts again.
Just then, they heard the children calling.
Daddy, Mommy, come, quick!
They went downstairs and the air flew and ran down the hall. The children were nowhere in sight.
Wendy? Peter?
They ran into the nursery. The vet land was empty save for the lions, waiting, looking at them.
Peter? Wendy?
The door slammed.
Wendy! Peter!
George Hadley and his wife whirled and ran back to the door.
Open the door!
Cried George Hadley, trying the knob.
Why, they've locked us in from the outside!
He beat at the door.
Open up!
He heard Peter's voice outside against the door.
Oh, don't let them switch off the nursery in the house, he was saying.
Mr. and Mrs. George Hadley beat at the door.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was Brady. I thought it was
No, don't be ridiculous, children. It's time to go. Mr. McLean will be here in a minute,
And then they heard the sounds. The lions on three sides of them in yellow vet grass, padding through the dry straw, rumbling and roaring in their throats. the lions. Mr. Hadley looked at his wife, and they turned and looked back at the beast, edging slowly forward, crouching, tail stiff. Mr. and Mrs. Hadley screamed, and suddenly they realized why those other screams had sounded familiar.
Well, here I am.
Said David McLean in the nursery doorway.
Oh, hello.
He stared at the two children, seated in the center of the open glade, eating a little picnic lunch. Beyond them was the waterhole and the yellow vet land. Above was the hot sun. He began to perspire.
Where are your father and mother?
The children looked up and smiled.
Oh, they'll be here shortly.
But, oh, sorry.
Fox hasn't appeared yet.
Oh, that's me again.
Oh, that's him again.
Sorry. Good. We must get.
I'm dead.
Good. We must get going.
At a distance, Mr. McLean saw the lions fighting and clawing, and then quieting down to feed in silence under the shady trees. He squinted at the lions with his hands tip up to his eyes. Now the lions were done feeding. They moved to the waterhole to drink. A shadow flickered over McLean's hot face. Many shadows flickered. The vultures were dropping down the blazing sky.
A cup of tea?
Asked Wendy in the silence.
The end.
That's
We did it, guys.
messed up.
I'm actually doing not too bad, but it's only 2 a.m.
So
Okay.
the children.
And to final up.
Okay, I actually want Ethan to beat the level this time.
So the children.
Hold on, there's one little last bit. The
Hold on.
illustrated man shifted in his sleep. He turned, and each time he turned, another picture came to view, coloring his back, his arm, his wrist. He flung a hand over the dry night, grass. The fingers uncurled, and there upon his palm, another illustration stirred to life. He twisted, and on his chest was an empty space of stars and blackness, deep, deep, and something moving among those stars, something falling in the blackness, falling while I watched.
So the stories in this book are the illustrated man stories.
Oh, that's good. I like
That
that.
is-
Okay, so that's his tattoos coming to life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really want to watch this now.
No.
I've been
remember-
adequately distracted.
Because remember, when
So basically, it was a room that had animals, like projections
it
on
was a
screens.
holodeck.
It's a holodeck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it came to life, and the children locked their parents in to kill their parents so they could do whatever they wanted.
Well, the children had been imagining their parents' death. That's why the
Yes,
wallet,
that's why death was in there.
Well, that's why the wallet and the scarf were already in there. The parents, the children.
Whoa,
They-
whoa, whoa, whoa. No, we're good.
I hadn't put that together. The children had imagined lions eating their parents already.
Yeah.
And so they just had, and so that's why the scarf and the wallet were there, because they had
Yeah, they heard the screams.
they had fake parents already been murdered in there,
Yeah,
so that
they,
it would
like
work.
the last line is the parents screamed and realized why the screams had sounded so.
Because it was
familiar.
their own, okay.
Yeah. And the kids were already at that point like sensitized far enough to actually kill their actual parents.
Yeah, because they've been watching fake parents of theirs being killed
Right,
over
but-
and over again.
Extremely realistic fake parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
And apparently the room can, with imagination powerful enough.
That is.
Here you go.
freaky.
Careful.
There's going to be a oh,
I know. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I don't
Like,
know.
avert my eyes like
because that could help.
All right,
We should-
let's
we
do
should
it.
just
It's
sit
4
here
a.m.
and try
I
to
actually
get
do
as
that.
calm as
Wait, I can
possible.
actually do this. Yeah.
I'm going to try.
Listen to the footsteps. There we go. We're good.
I'm going to try to not scream.
It's not worth it. Okay, moving on. Oh, it's so much easier when I can hear things. It's so much easier.
Just go back to the closet.
Yeah, but in a sec.
That was us trying to be calm.
Okay. Here. Oh, that's screwed up. Okay. Always time. That's not good. Like, I'm not dead, but.
Yes! Yes!
Oh my god. That was so stressful. Oh, Tomas, give me that high five. Yes. Oh. Oh my gosh.
We're not thinking any more of this cursed.
Yeah, no 2 more days.
Oh man.
That's enough for my soul.
I feel accomplished.
But I am going to play through this lore video in case you guys care.
I'm so
That
Wow.
was more than I ever wanted.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I am so happy I actually did that. I mean, I've beat this game before, in like the later nights, but man, that's hard.
It's amazing when you don't have people like yelling near you.
Yeah, I know, right? It's great.
Trying to sleep read stories.
I'm sorry, were we being distracted? I didn't realize that we were being distracted.
Do we have more comments?
Most of them are just happy for me doing
Yeah.
it, so.
Apparently Isis and her mom have both been watching.
Hi, Sis Mom, how are you?
So the
I ate one of your cupcakes the other day and they were fantastic, thank you.
celebrate.
It's Golden Freddy.
Celebratory emojis.
Why do you have to be careful? Why are you crying so much?
I think my brother's gonna try
Wait,
to scare
no,
me.
they're not happy. They said they lost their voices from screaming at you.
Well, yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, so have I.
So this person's evil brother hides in the bed and jumps out like the Thing?
Yeah, basically. Okay, I'm gonna play one more. Okay, we have 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna end it by playing another fun plush trap. This is gonna be the last thing we do for the night, alright?
I can't do this. I'm just gonna play Breath of the Wild in VR.
Fine.
That's such a good answer.
This has been 3 Nights at Freddy's with
Why is there a timer, like a 30-second timer?
oh, because if you just leave the flashlight on him, on,
I'm going to my happy place.
you won't win.
Yeah.
You won't die, but you won't win.
Oh my gosh, move forward. I'm gonna wait till 11 and then hit the button.
Don't do it.
I'm super scared. Ah!
Where
where
is
is he?
Turn it back on. Turn it back on.
Ah! I'm gonna wait till 1.
Scared and I'm in a different world.
Oh,
I didn't do it. Okay.
Too bad.
That's fine.
God.
At least you didn't get jump scared.
I'm gonna throw the end card up.
yes.
Cool.
Alright.
Transition back. We're done. I'm done. I'm out.
That's enough of that.
Forget this nonsense.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, bell, tweet,
You know how YouTube works.
send via carrier pigeon to a friend.
And sponsor.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Sponsor
okay,
us if
hold
you
on.
want to sponsor
Oh
us.
yes. I was gonna say we
I
have
will
to be close.
personally let you take my spot on this podcast if you send a USB by carrier pigeon to a friend. That is a guarantee.
And on that note, thanks for watching.